On the wide plains of Moab, King Balak stands on a hill, staring nervously at the endless sea of Israelite tents stretching across the desert. Close-up of Balak's worried face as desert wind blows his royal robes. He clenches his fists, realizing his army cannot defeat Israel. Inside his palace, Balak urgently commands his officials to summon the prophet Balaam to curse Israel. The princes of Moab travel through rugged mountains on camels, carrying sacks filled with gold and silver. At his mountain home, Balaam welcomes the princes and listens as they offer riches in exchange for a curse. That night, Balaam prays under a star-filled sky. God tells him clearly not to go and not to curse Israel. The next morning, Balaam sends the princes away, hiding his disappointment. A second group of higher-ranking officials arrives with even greater treasures and bigger promises. That night, Balaam lies awake, staring at the gold by firelight, torn between obedience and greed. At sunrise, Balaam eagerly saddles his donkey and prepares for the journey. Balaam rides his donkey down a dusty road, Moabite officials following behind. An angel with a glowing sword suddenly blocks the road. The donkey sees it and freezes in fear. The donkey turns off the road into a field. Balaam becomes angry and strikes her. On a narrow stone path, the donkey presses against the wall to avoid the angel, crushing Balaam's foot. At a dead-end path, the donkey lies down in fear. Balaam raises his staff and beats her again. God opens the donkey's mouth, and she speaks, asking Balaam why he keeps beating her.
What have I done to you that you've beaten me these 3 times?
Balaam angrily argues with the talking donkey, not even realizing how strange it is.
You've made me look like a fool. If I had a sword, I would kill you right now.
God opens Balaam's eyes. He sees the angel standing with a sword and falls to the ground in terror. The angel explains that the donkey saved Balaam's life. Balaam repents and agrees to obey God. Later, Balaam blesses Israel instead of cursing them, then walks humbly beside his donkey as the sun sets. The story of Balaam's talking donkey is way more than just a quirky, funny tale. It's a deep lesson about being stubborn and spiritually blind. Balaam was so obsessed with the earthly reward he wanted that he couldn't see the heavenly messenger standing in his way. It took a humble animal to open his eyes to the truth. It teaches us that God can use anything, a friend's advice, a tough situation, or even a talking donkey, to get our attention when we start to wander off his path. It's a challenge to check our own hearts and ask, am I chasing my own desires, or am I actually listening for his voice? Because as Balaam learned the hard way, even the wisest among us can be blind, and sometimes wisdom comes from the last place you'd ever expect. The real question is, are we willing to listen?